Hi class, let's take a look at problem 300. Now, in this case, problem 300 actually fits the format of an ellipse. And this is because, well, we need to do a little bit of algebra, but you technically have a value with the x squared plus another value with the y squared equaling a value that we can fit to the values of 1. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to actually set it in standard form, and in standard form I'm going to be adjusting the value of 1 there. So we technically have a 4x squared plus a 9 y to the second is equal to 36. And what we're going to do here is we're going to basically divide by the 36, divide by the 36, divide by the 36. And let me just rewrite it here. You technically have 4x to the second divided by 4 times 9 plus 9 y to the second divided by 4 times 9. And this is technically now equaling 1. Now in the next step, I'm going to cancel common factors. And you're going to be left with x squared divided by 9 plus a y squared divided by 4. This is equal to 1. And then I'm just going to rewrite it with the actual squares. So we're going to have an x squared divided by 3 to the second plus a y squared divided by a 2 to the second. And this is equaling 1. So in this case, we can actually state that the actual conic section is an ellipse. With center at technically 0, 0, the values of A is equal to 3, the values of B is equal to 2. So that means that when we're providing a sketch, technically we're going to be basing it at 0, 0, and then along the x's, we're going to go to 3. So that's going to be 1 point, and then another point, and then along the y's, we're going to go to 2. So we're just going to place it at 2 and 2, and then we're just going to try to connect that section. Obviously, I just want a basic sketch. Do identify the actual section. In this case, we have an ellipse with A and B and then a basic sketch. I provided the actual, the conic section to with technology here. Here you can see the perfect ellipse at 0, 2, negative 2, 3, and negative 3. And let me just adjust the axis. But that's actually it for this one. So going back from the beginning, all we're required to do is rewrite it in standard form. You do have to recognize that because both values have a x and a y squared, and we're able to rewrite it as a 1, it fits the ellipse. That's actually it for problem 300. Let me move to the second problem I'm putting in this video. And this is 304. Now for 304, you have to recognize that you have a quantity square. So technically you have a y squared is equal to 20x. And if you're trying to isolate it in terms of the y's, you could take the square root and the square root and end up with y is equal to plus and minus the square root of 20x. So in this case, this is going to be a parabola with center at 0, 0. And then because you end up with the plus and minus, your parabola, it's going to actually go in this direction. Oh, let me fix this. It's not allowing me to erase it. But let me show you with technology what you technically have here. And that's actually it for problem 304.